On the modern web, attention is a currency. Many people work with 50 open tabs in the browser or maybe even more. And as a web developer working on SvelteKit, you have to be aware of this short attention span. Imagine that you own a viral e-commerce site that sells rocks. Users might be shopping, adding a rock or two to their cart, and then they receive a notification, they navigate away from your site, or they close their browser, or their laptop even restarts because of an update. If your user ever comes back in search of his rock, they will be greeted with an empty cart and have to start over. Instead, you want them to come back to a cart full of rocks so that they remember where they left off. This is a situation where you could instead have used a SvelteKit Snapshots. Snapshots are a way for you to save data relevant to your application state and restore it when a user comes back to your site. While this could be a challenge to implement on your own, SvelteKit makes it really easy to do so. On any page or layout in a SvelteKit application, you can export a snapshot object. This object will contain two properties. The first one will be called capture. Here, you pass to SvelteKit a function that will be executed right before a user navigates away from the page. SvelteKit will receive the return value and serialize it into a session storage. A bit like how you would store items in your backpack for using when you come back to it. The second property of this object will be the restore function. This one is simply the counterpart to the capture function. When the page or the layout becomes active again, it will call this function and give it as an argument the data that you stored. Right like taking an item out of your backpack to use it. You are then free in the body of the function to use this data in any way you see fit on the application. The most effective way to use Snapshot is by plugging this into the Svelte Reactivity system. This will work to create a loop where whenever a user modifies data, you have this data in a reactive variable that will capture it into storage and then rehydrate it back into a variable when needed again. While this feature is not the most flashy, it is a really convenient method to keep your users right where they left off. It is another one of those little nuggets that makes SvelteKit one of my favorite frameworks. I hope you liked this quick video and that you will continue learning SvelteKit with me. Have a great day!